Okay, I'll call this June 3rd, 2024 Zoom meeting of a Cable TV Oversight Committee to order. And let me see, checking the can hear and can see. Bob Berger.
Bob Berger here.
Corson Wyman.
Corson Wyman here.
Carl.
Carl Parisi here.
Okay, and I'm here, and our fifth member appears not to be. Let me know if that changes. Okay, time for public input. This is when anybody who wants to talk to us about something in our purview that's not on the agenda has a chance. And then, for me, has always included board members who want to say something. And I wanted to say that I've exchanged a little bit of mail with Bob DeToma about my little views of a lot of our videos that are up, particularly up via YouTube. That's where I see them the most. Have been looking a little better, you know, or just a little fancier graphics, a little more green screen backgrounds, lower thirds are sometimes better, lighting, camera positions and whatnot. I've just struck me as being better. He said, well, must be anyway, he was going to pass it on. Anybody?
Go ahead, Bob. I'm sorry. I was going to say, did anybody see the photos or pictures that I took of the studio area? That was forwarded in an email. You got to see what was the infamous new desk is, as well as the conference room and how that all looks with the way the wiring is and things.
Yeah, I saw. I was having trouble and I didn't get a really good look at it, but I did see.
I saw it also. I actually went down.
Oh,
I went outside actually. Yeah, Bob greeted me, so he was very kind.
Good.
He gave me a tour.
What did you think?
It was okay. Maybe we could have done better, but
In terms of building the studio?
no, as far as the desk itself.
Oh, the desk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing I remember is that, no, I might be remembering wrong, but somewhere around whenever it was, November, the last time that Bob was around, and it was presented, I thought it was presented to buy with just one of the tops, just, you know, like the 3-person top or something like that. And that bothered me. Apparently, they bought the whole set so that they have, I don't know, 4 tops anywhere from a couple to 5 or 6. And that's that I wish we had been through on that, and I would have felt better about it and been able to say I felt better about it. But that was one of the things that bothered me. And the couple of shoots that I've gotten a glimpse of with it have looked pretty good. Cameras were able to see people nicely, and you know, it generally looked okay. I don't like those screw things up that come up through the table to fasten those, because I put my I'd be very uncomfortable. Okay, any other public input? Do we have minutes?
Yes, well, the minutes
Yes.
were the ones of April 1st. Everybody have a chance to read them?
Yes, I did.
And through them? Okay, great.
I make a motion, we accept the minutes as presented.
I second it.
Moved and seconded. Discussion. Hearing none. Bob Berger.
Bob Berger, aye.
Corson Wyman.
Aye.
Carl Parisi.
Carl Parisi, hi.
And I'm aye. Motion carries unanimously. bills. We were sent signature pages. Did some of that actually show what we were paying for?
Are you talking about the invoices and other pieces that that we were sent?
There's cable TV, INV 166, W number sign 45-5-2-24 signature page, for example.
There's three of them, 45, 46, and 47.
Right. And they show PEG equipment upgrade. Okay, I'll bet you that's the table. I hope it was 35-45. I hope so. Okay, so did anybody have anything particularly? That's from CD. Oh, that's from CDA. That wouldn't be the table. That would be work in conference room. What, upstairs? F,
I can't answer any of those questions.
you can't.
I cannot. I mean, we're talking about bills. And the problem is that we're kind of blind, fine, we get the papers. But I think that this committee's kind of broken. I know Mr. DeTomer is in charge of day-to-day, and we're supposed to be the envisioning of the future and projects, and his conference room was a project that we had no clue what was going on. I had no clue what was going on. We didn't budget anything for that conference room. I don't know, what our purpose is right now. And that's the only thing that upsets me. Bob, yeah, he's doing a great job at the studio, but that's running the studio, and the Cable Oversight Committee is supposed to be doing oversight. And for a year, we haven't been doing any oversight. We've been doing catch up. So looking at that and looking at the conference room, I have no clue of what we did in there.
Yeah. Well, I think all we have to do is review the bills, which I think, does anybody have any other review or comment?
And I'm just gonna reiterate one more time that he's in charge of the day-to-day. Great. Pay the light, pay the heat, pay this, pay the WB Mason, pay the cleaners and all that. But all these extra things, I thought that we had a little more input, and I thought we were working out some of those, the budgets for future projects. And I'm not seeing anything. I'm not seeing any progress anywhere. And it almost makes me feel like, what am I doing on this committee? I mean, our appointments are coming up, and I have to make a big decision when these appointments come up, because I don't want to just sit here and spin our wheels. I mean, for the 15 years I've been on the board, I think the board's been committee, we've been very engaged in advancing technology for the town of Grafton, with the F-band, with the building of the 2 or 3 studios that we have. And right now we're just spinning our wheels. So, if you want public input, there's some more public input.
Well, okay.
It sounds like we're more of a rubber stamp now, rather than.
It's I take it even a little bit further back from that. For example, there are titles on some of these invoices you see that says, what was the one I just had here? That basically just says equipment upgrades, PEG equipment upgrades for $3,545. That's all the description you have. You have no idea what it's for or anything of that nature. And basically, these things are just being thrown at us for us to review and look at, but there's no information here to really look at to see what these items are in particular. If we were, as a committee, as we've done in the past, think, well, we should decide now we want to have a picnic table out front. I'm just making up something. And we basically decide whether it's going to be good or not and so forth. And so there we go back to Bob Toma. Would you like the idea of having a picnic table and so forth? And for the most part, he basically determines, no, I don't want that, or that's a good idea. And whether our input is what he likes or doesn't like, he goes and he buys it anyway as equipment upgrade. So it's as if our purpose has none in that respect.
Well, maybe there'll be a conversation when appointment time comes. Maybe some people down at the headquarters office ought to know about it, ought to know that there's going to be a fuss. Or there could be.
There is oversight, but it's basically a,
well,
it's not, it's what's the word?
Site, but the
facade.
If anybody passes it on, it'll probably be Bob. And we'll see what happens. Okay.
That's fine.
Okay, because the last one of these that I had was a long time ago. 2 members of the planning board resigned over something they were unhappy about, and they were unhappy that I didn't resign too. That goes back to Rand Bardsley. A long time ago. Forgotten what we were so unhappy about, but there was, there was real issues then. Okay, I guess that's about all we can say about that. Treasurer's report.
I'll share my screen. Does everybody see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so as far as I can tell right now, to date, we've brought in $355,549.97. That's with all the contributions we get from Verizon and Charter or Spectrum. And that puts us pretty much where I thought we would be, pretty much where we always are at this time of the year. I had to bring the second page over because we're just things are getting bigger with all of the money coming in. So our revenue for fiscal year 2024 is that number. The carried forward balance, which I'm a broken record, it's what we're carrying forward, is 1.1 million. Bringing in the fiscal year 24 brings us to 1.4. To date, our expense is 186,000. We have available funds right now of $1.2 million with some change. To break it down, these are our 4 or 5 categories that we expend money from. Here's our equipment upgrade here. So far, we've spent $45,000. Some of that might have been conference room F. Some of them might be what's going down at the studio at the old police station. These are your basic categories, which you can see that we're really we're running where we're supposed to run right now. And then I brought in this account is the $3,000 account. And I think what happened, and I said this a couple times, and I'm not sure. I think what happened is some funds got put into here, not some funds, some expenditures got put into here. So we're going to be seeing some large credits like here and here, because I think it should have come out of the 294 account. And at the end of the day, we have an ending balance of $2,200 in this account, which this only really supposed to have $3,000 in it. So by the end of the year, which is coming up real fast, this should get depleted to 0. Might have to be a journal entry. I'm really not sure. I can't answer those questions because I just don't know. And I'm sorry to be so vague, but that's the pieces I put together for tonight. Are there any questions before I drop the screen?
Nope, I don't.
Okay. There you go.
Okay, anything else on that? Access activity report. Bob sent us a report in RTF format, why we have to have yet another text format is beyond me. It's looking okay on my screen though, so all right. Text edit is showing it on the new computer that's only 2 major releases behind on the operating system. Okay, so yeah, there's a list. He lists several shows that were done very recently in the studio. Some of which I saw and which, you know, were ones I thought looked good. There is the interesting thing about the coverage of the planning board meeting, the next planning board meeting. It's going to be very interesting. I've been around with Bob and others about how we're going to do it. And I'm assured that it's been tested and it's going to work just fine. The planning board is meeting in Shrewsbury, in the Shrewsbury, well, meeting rooms where their select board and others meet, in a joint meeting with the Shrewsbury planning board. This is supposed to be the first hearing for both of us on the 800 some odd thousand square foot UPS development that's supposed to be happening up to the west of Centec Park and access through Centec Park. And they don't do Zoom up there, but supposedly they have something, and Bob's confident that we'll get our videos and all of that will happen. We'll see. After that, we're going to have separate hearings because it's different applications for the 2 towns, different boards, different rules, different laws. But past experience suggests that it's better to be in the room and don't count on Zoom or whatever it is, Google somethings, Teams or
Teams, probably from Microsoft.
and that's about it. Anybody else? Anybody have anything? A promo for Memorial Day. Well, the parade. Okay. All right. Next meeting. June dates.
June 1st. Can't make June 1st.
Can't make June 1st. June 17th is the night before the selectmen's appointments, isn't it?
I believe so, yes.
16th, 17th. Yes. So that might be an interesting, I think that's the date that we have had a pattern of the 3rd Monday.
3rd Monday of the month.
I think that's the 17th, isn't it?
It is.
Maybe it would be very interesting to meet that night, and we'll maybe have a little more feedback to talk about regarding the day after.
Sure.
Okay, so I'll plan on the 17th.
Done.
Is there anything else that may legally come before the board? Apparently not. We can stay here all night.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I second it.
Moved and seconded. It's not debatable. Bob Berger,
Aye.
Gerard Corson Wyman,
Aye.
Carl Parisi,
Aye.
and I vote aye. Motion carried unanimously. See you on